Hello, my beautiful friends. How are we doing? And so this meditation stems from an experience that I had earlier yesterday. It was from an astral projection, which was pretty fascinating, and I will hopefully share that story later on today. But I had this experience where I became selfless, and it was unintentional. And so for the rest of the day, I was thinking like, whoa, how do I recreate that? So last night I set an intention. I did my whole channeling information technique, and I was guided through this meditation that eventually ended up with me just becoming awareness, creating a whole new character and embodying that character, and then becoming awareness again, and then realizing the boundlessness that I have, the just free reign that consciousness has, because at your core you are just awareness, you are just consciousness, you are in this body, you are using your mind, and use both of these as tools to interact with your surroundings. Just as when you astral project, you use your astral body, and when you dream, you use a dream body. I'm not really sure what to call it. At your core, you always leave these things, you always shed these shells and go back to just being awareness. And this is very important because over time people forget what created this personality, this character that they have. They become too associated with their character, too associated with their character's beliefs, which are far too limiting. And again, they need to come back to the creator. They need to have an experience being the creator to remember that. And so that is the beauty of this, because once you have that experience and you can feel what it feels like to be that boundless, and then come back here and still have those lingering feelings of that just limitless potential, nothing's stopping you. Nothing is stopping you. So I'm gonna pull it up. I have it on my phone here. One quick second. So the whole point of this is not to kill the ego, but rather to dim it down, so then you become more aware of your true nature. So I find that this best works out in a very dark room. What I like to do is I like to focus on my breath to then help me relax. And I'll do this for 3 to 4 minutes. And after I've sunk into that relaxation, I'll create a vast dark space. Now what you do is you put yourself, this character here, you put that in front of your awareness. And then from there, you create a body for your awareness that is polar opposite. Skin color, hair length, eyes, everything make it different. I like to go the polar opposite, so it's completely different, but just make it very different from who you are now. Then after a little bit, I want you to create a whole living space for this character. Really get into the details. What does this character like to do? Is this character an artist? Is this character a writer? Is this character just an outdoorsy person? If I go into a closet, will I see hiking boots, the really heavy duty North Face jackets? Who is this person? Really get into this individual. Then after a bit of time, introduce someone else. Introduce a friend of this character that you are now in, and start talking with this person. And notice your voice, notice your mannerisms. Notice how you feel emotionally when you're speaking to this person. And honestly, spend a good 5 minutes on this. Spend even more time, maybe even a little bit less. But as long as you can really get to know this character that you are now embodying and acting out through. And once you felt like you've gotten to know yourself, return back to this empty space. The interesting thing is that character creation that you just did, that's very similar to the character creation that goes into making your dream self, so you can function throughout your dream, so the beliefs make sense in your dream. Now bring back you, this current self, and bring it back in front of your awareness, and just start to pick apart your mindset. You just had this experience where you created this whole new character, and you had different mannerisms, different emotional tendencies, and more than likely different beliefs. And just start to pick it apart and start to affirm yourself that these are not your insecurities, fears, blocks, but these are JC's insecurities, fears. These are JC's mental and emotional blocks. These are not mine. These are the characters. And I mean legitimately just go absolutely wild. In my little thing right here, I'm going to leave a link to it in the bottom, but I wrote, these are all JC's fears, not mine. These are JC's lacking mindsets, not mine. I am boundless consciousness. I am free of mental and emotional bonds. I can create a new character as easily as I can leave one. Love is my true nature. Kindness is my energy. Words are my tools. Actions are my dance. I am boundless consciousness. I am one. And then after this, you want to slowly leave this experience, because if you do it too quickly, and what I mean by that is just opening your eyes and running, the memory of your experience and the information that you gain can leave as quickly as like dream memories do. Just boom, it's gone. So you really want to savor the experience and slowly introduce yourself back into here, into this world. So slowly start with moving your hands and your toes, and then maybe start moving your fingers and your feet, and then slowly open your eyes. Your eyes shouldn't be the first thing you open, but when you do open them, slowly open them. Just kind of lay there for a little bit and just kind of relish on the experience. Maybe run it back a few times in your head and just feel how you still have those emotions of that boundlessness. Have those emotions of when you are affirming to yourself all these good things, that you are not this character anymore. That realization that you are not who you thought you were before, but you are rather this boundless creator that can, in a blink of an eye, create a whole new individual for you to function through. That is who you are. And feel how good that is. And now this is the important part, because emotions are fundamentally how you interact with your world. Emotions are where thoughts stem from, which then stems your actions. And if you have emotions, here, let me read this. Okay, here's a better description. It's best to practice this when you want to remove mental and emotional blocks from your life, because then you can create characters who have the personalities, who have the realities that you are desiring, and you can actually function in these personalities that you are seeking for, such as the confidence that we tend to lack here. You can then have in this new character that you can create. And then what happens is you come back here and you have that lingering emotion of confidence, because you just came back from that experience, if you did it slowly coming out. And from there you can start getting the inspired thoughts of confidence the more and more you inhabit this emotion of security of self and confidence of self. And then this will lead to inspired action, which will then show yourself that, yeah, I actually am pretty confident, and will start to help you affirm to yourself that you are confident, and will actually shift your character and shift your beliefs in yourself, which will then further alter your reality, because your beliefs are the lens that you look through. It's your perceptual lens, and your perceptual lens is how you view your reality. And a simple shift in your perceptual lens can completely alter your reality, to you at least, because again, that's your lens. You change the lens, you change the outlook of everything. So that is how you become selfless. Again, I wrote this down on a Google document, so I'm going to leave that in the bottom, because I know I said that kind of fast. But seriously, if you just practice that once, oh my god, I did that earlier and I just couldn't go to sleep. I was too excited. So I was waiting till the sun came up to record. But yeah, that is how you become selfless, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.